Hello, and we are back for day 21 of our 24-day juice adventure together. Only 3 more days left. Today's juice, we're going to be reusing some of the ingredients we've been using before. Today we're going to juice 1 beet, 2 celery, and half of a pineapple. Beet and pineapple is one of my favorite juices. So let's get to it. I love juicing beets because of the color that it gives off. And typically pineapple is the only juice that I use to juice beets with. But after this 24-day juice adventure, I'm willing to step out and try new recipes. And so should you. Bin's getting full. Look at that. Pretty. We are all done with our juice. So normally I just juice the beets and the pineapple together, but this time I added celery just to kind of counterbalance some of the sweetness. Look at that. Now this juice is not as thick as the one the other day when I used with the beets. It's just coming out nice and beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to dig into this juice. Oh, it just reminds me of cotton candy. You can smell the beets, but very faint. The pineapple smell is coming through really, really good. And what I do with my pineapples, I let them sit for about all week until they start to kind of get a little brown. I want them overripe, but not rotten. Perfect. I think even a little lime juice or lemon juice will be a nice added touch to this as well. If you love pineapples and pineapple juice, this is one to make. Beets, pineapples, and celery. Now on to our raw food recipe. Our raw food recipe for today is vegetable stir fry. And what we're going to be using for our rice is parsnips. We're going to ground these up into its rice-like texture, and then we're going to load it up with lots of veggies, including carrots, mushrooms, sweet peas, sugar snap peas, I believe, and some green onions. And then what's going to bring all of these ingredients together is our marinade or our sauce. And our sauce includes, we have soy sauce, sesame oil, some grated ginger, some grated garlic, and a little bit of sweetener of agave nectar. So I'm going to make the marinade first, or the sauce first, and then I'm going to put the mushrooms in there so they can start to soak and wilt down a little bit. Okay? So we're going to put in our soy sauce, our sesame oil at 1 teaspoon. We'll add a little bit more if we need it later. We have 1 garlic clove, and then we have about 1 inch of ginger, but I'm going to use half of it for right now. then I'm going to put in just a little bit of sweetener. And the sweetener is optional. So I'm going to stir all of that up. So these are ingredients. Just some oil, some soy sauce, sesame oil rather, garlic, ginger, and a little bit of sweetener. Oh my gosh. This smells so good. So I'm going to pour the mushrooms in there so they can start to marinate. Actually, I think I may need to make some sort more sauce because I think the mushrooms is going to soak all of this up. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. But we really don't need a lot of sauce. We just need it to coat and give it some flavor. Like the other vegetables don't really need to sit. So we'll let these sit. These will soften up while we chop up and get our rice ready. So we're going to use our food processor. We're going to start with our parsnips. Uh-oh. So let's cut up a little bit smaller for the food processor. I may not need this other one. So that was 3 parsnips, and I'm going to do about a half a carrot. And we just want to pulse these until it becomes rice-like. We're only using a little bit of the carrot because we do want the color of the parsnips to come through. So the carrot is just to add color and more veggies. In fact, I probably should, you know what, change my mind. I'm going to do the carrots by themselves because I want to make sure that our parsnips all have the same size and the same rice-like texture. And the carrots, I don't want to be in rice form. I want those to be in chunks because that's going to be an addition to the rest of the vegetables. We got it. So let's look at that. Oh, look at that. That is our rice for our vegetable stir fry. So all we need to do is just go ahead and put this in the bowl. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and put in this last one. Perfect size. And the nice thing about parsnips is that it doesn't have as much water as carrots, so you can blend these until they're the right size without it getting mushy. Now for the carrots. Now the carrots, I actually want to pulse these so that they may remain a little bit larger sizes than our parsnips. Excuse me. I think that's good. All right. See how there's a chunkier, a little bit larger. Oops, lost one. A little bit larger than our rice. Oh, this ginger and garlic is smelling so good. And that's it for what goes in the food processor. Everything else is ready. I have some sweet peas here. And those were frozen. I have some fresh. These are either snap peas or sugar peas. I think they're snap peas. They're the fat ones. And I just cut those, and they're the ones that have the big round seeds in the middle. I think the snap peas are the flat ones. So let's give this a mix and a stir. Oh man, yes. Oh, this is so, look at that color. And if you want this to sit a few minutes before you serve it, you can definitely do that. And this may need a little bit of salt, but if you want to hold off on the salt, you can, because of course the soy sauce has has plenty enough sodium in it. But let's give this a taste. Let's see how we want to do this. Do it the other way. Do it like this. Oh my gosh, I have to show you this. I thought I was going to have too much sauce, but it's the perfect amount, because after it sits, it's going to soak. It's going to soak it up. It definitely needs some salt. You can barely taste the soy sauce in here. So I'm actually see if I can just get a little bit out of this bowl. The sesame oil. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. This is what gives it that authentic Asian-inspired flavor. Let's try that again. It does need a little bit of salt, but I taste the soy sauce, so it doesn't need any more soy sauce. So I'm gonna go plate this up, and I'll be right back, because I got my green onions that I'm gonna top it with. And in fact, since I don't taste too much of the ginger, since it's the only ingredient left, we might as well just go ahead and add that in. Wow, the aroma smells so good. Oh, I didn't show you the bowl. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look like vegetable stir fry? Your rice. Now, if we had time, I would actually put this in a dehydrator. And one of the recipes coming up, we'll be using a dehydrator. So I'll show you what that is and how it works. Basically, it's just kind of like a little mini oven that doesn't get hotter than 145 degrees. And it just circulates hot air. When it comes to raw foods ideally are not heated above 115 degrees, just so that it maintains the nutrients and the minerals and the vitamins and all the nutrition that's within it. Okay. So I'll be right back. So this is our veggie stir fry finished product. We're just going to top it with some green onions. And this smells amazing. And there it is, our vegetable stir fry with our pineapple, beet, and what is put in here? Celery juice. And this is day 21. So we'll go to our juice adventure board and see what our word of encouragement is for today. We're on the last row, only one more row to go. You must be excited. I know that I am. And I'm going to say, wow. That's our word for today. Wow frontwards and wow backwards. I'm just wowed by this awesome experience that you've taken with me, and that we're almost to the end. But I definitely hope that it's not the end of our relationship, our friendship, and our community. So until then, enjoy a nice dish of veggie fried rice with a fresh raw juice, and I'll see you next time.